Hello everyone. So today we will discuss about cells. Now, what are cells? Cells are basically the minimal unit of a life of organisms of living being that are present on Earth. How can we understand that cell is the basic unit of life? For example, we have seen that houses are made, buildings are made. So what is that single basic unit that we keep together so many, then we get a building or a wall is formed, that are bricks. So if we compare cell to a house, so a cell is just like a brick, but bricks are usually the structural unit, okay, but cells are not just the structural unit, they are also the functional unit of life. First time cell was discovered was by Robert Hooke. He discovered the cell. He discovered it in the cork. When he observed the cork, you understand what is cork? Trees have barks in them, so when we cut the bark, so a small part of it is called as cork. When he observed it under the microscope, he found that certain brick-like structures were found and they were organized in different levels. So, and he named them cell. Now cells can be of different types, different shapes and different sizes. For example, they can be round or spindle shaped. You know what spindle shape is like? Something like this. Okay, they have pointed ends. They can be round, they can be oval, they can be of various shape. For example, you have studied in class 7th about amoeba. Amoeba has no definite shape. So there are so many cells that have definite shape, and there are some cells who doesn't have a definite shape, and there are also some cells who can change their shape. For example, white blood cells, they can change their shape. Red blood cells, they have this spindle shaped structure. Paramecium, you remember paramecium, it has a structure which is just like the shape of a slipper, and so they can have various shapes. Now size, okay, they can be of numerous size again. For example, if we look at the cells of our teeth, or for example cells of our cheek, so when we'll observe it under the microscope, they're very small in size. But if we see the egg of an hen or egg of any bird, they are large in size. So cells can be of different size and they do not depend on the organism they are present in. Types of cell, it depends on their functions in the organism where they are present and the location where they are present. Okay, like cells in digestive system will have their own functions. Cells present in nervous system will have their own function. If we are talking about the shape or the size of cell, now nerve cells, you remember cells of nerve, they are web-like structure they have, and they are larger in size. So it depends, type of cell depends on their functions, or their function depends on the type of cell where they are present basically. Now when we move forward, we know that cell is itself a unit, so it has to function completely, or it has to have everything in it. So how is a cell made, or what are the cells composed of? First of all, when we look at cell, we know that we will see that it has an outer protective covering. Okay, if the cell doesn't have an outer protective covering, it can be damaged easily. And because for a body to function, each cells need to have to be protected and to be preserved so that they can perform their functions as long as they have to. So cells have an outer protective covering which is known as cell membrane or cell wall. If we differentiate the living organisms on earth, we can differentiate them as plants and animals. Okay, now plant cells have a cell wall while animal cells do not have a cell wall. Next is that there is a cell membrane present. First of all, there is a cell wall, then comes the cell membrane. Now cell membrane is again the outer protective coverings. Cell wall and cell membrane, they give the cell its basic structure. Okay, next is, after we have formed the cell wall and the cell membrane, now the whatever part is present, the vacuum that is present in the cell, inside the cell membrane, that is called as cytoplasm. It is basically a jelly-like structure that is present in the cell. Now we know that everywhere we have genetic material, okay, DNA, RNA, we will discuss that in higher classes, but for now to know that there are genetic materials present in cell, and sometimes they are present in cytoplasm, or sometimes they are confined in a small structure known as nucleus. So a cell is composed of a cell wall, cell membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm basically. So that's it about cell for now, and we can discuss about it later. Thank you.